So where did we stop? Hello, Engineer Dave.
Yes, so for me, it stopped at the point where I asked you the question when you finished answering my question.
Okay, I've moved ahead of that aspect. But
Yes,
then,
you
but
have moved. Yeah.
but then, okay, we're talking about Let me just quickly, let me just quickly go back. Um,
Wow.
this has to do with the job role related to document control. So talk about what is document control. Three major phases of document control. Please, you can mute your mic. Then we'll talk about the project phase and document revision cycle, backup slides. That's just I want to try and listen up so that at least can be able to do something. So the three job rule: secretary. We have secretary, we have library and librarian, we have the courier man. Just think of what secretary does in the office, and think of what the librarian does in the office, and think of what a courier man does. That is what document control is all about in one sentence. Document, I mean two statements. Document control. You know, so that is just it. So that's what document these two sentence is all about here. These two statements, document control. So secretary, librarian, and courier. Then a secretary maintain and organize office task, implement procedures, and carry out additional administrative duties, right? And also organize document and paperwork, and maintain a filing system assisting supervisors and staff with company project on task. So that is what secretary does. So you know what that is. This is similar to what document controller you're going to be doing. Then let's look at librarian. So librarian work in school libraries, local libraries and organizations, aid those in need of information, articles and services, manage and organize materials for easy retrieval when needed. So that is just what a librarian does. They manage documents for easy retrieval. Just think of what a librarian does. Then the courier man transport documents and pass and package for individual business institutions and government agencies. Travel by foot, bicycle, motorcycle, automobile to delivery, whatever it is. That's what a courier man does to deliver a particular product, right, to the client or the owner. This phase, you actually become a courier man in document control process at the end of the document, at the end of the project. That's the final documentation package where you have to go and deliver the final documentation package that will be printed out, manually, aside sending the soft copy to the clients, or to the owner of the project. But you're going to print, because everything is going to be specified in the contract document, that the document should be printed at the end of the project, right? That's the final documentation package where you package the document and you act as a courier man in that regards. So that's just what it is. So three job we know related to document control: secretary, librarian, and courier. I've explained those. I've explained the job role. So what is document control? Now, managing and controlling of documents, data, and information in a consistent, standard, and controlled manner. Do you see? So managing and controlling of documents, data, and information in a consistent, standardized and controlled manner. That's what document control entails. They're managing of inflow and outflow of documents and information between two parties. You know, it's either between contractor and client, or between company and customer. So as a document controller, you're managing the inflow and outflow of data between two parties: your contractor, right, and also you, the contractor. You guys are the contractor, and the client. So the client there stands as the customer. So that is that. So that is the meaning of document management system. What is document control management system? It has to do with managing the inflow and outflow of documents, and I mean between two parties. You must include that the two parties. It's either between contractor and client, or between company and a customer. So it is also for easy retrieval, accessibility, and easy tracking of documents. We've talked about this in the previous video. Talk about this is easily accessibility and easy tracking of a document. Talked about that, and also document. The document include now the document involved that you are controlling. Take note. It include reports, drawings, reports there. Those are the tests. Those are the normal, tests, reports, drawings, test objects, then drawings, calculations, uh, calculation sheets, specifications, procedures, contract correspondence, plan, can be the project plan, method of statement, or even sample, or even samples. So those are the documents you are controlling. So that has to do with the project. So that is just that. So now, a very important one, information include correspondence. That means example, letter, email, and fax. So that's the information. Include information. If you include a letter, uh, email, and fax. So now let's look at the. Sorry, please. So now let's look at the
Bless.
phases of document controlling. Now, document control can be divided into three major phases. Take note of this. It's just three major phases. Number one has to do with creating an effective document control system. This is one. That's the first. If you are employed as a, in fact, if you're employed in a new company where they just got a new, where they just won a new contract project to execute, you be in the that you be part of those that will create as a document controller. In fact, you work with your project manager to create this effective system of document and controlling system. You work with the project manager to do that, where you all those metrics as regards to um, your deliverable, that's as regards to the project, that means the MDR, the transmitter sheet, whatever will be created. So these are the first stage. Then the second stage is after you, this one has to do with creating the tools. I mentioned the tools in the last section, last video. The tools has to do with the MDR, the transmitter sheets, and also the distribution matrix. Like I said, distribution matrix is internally used, while the other two is for both internal and external. So that's just it. Then after that, these are the tools we create. Then the second one has to do performing day-to-day activities. Day-to-day activities using these tools you create, using your transmitter sheet, using your MDR to capture the documents. We'll see that capture the title of the document, the dates of the document, the status of the document, and then so on and so forth. And the owner of the documents, the owner of the documents, the one the brain behind the formation of that document, so needs to be captured as well. So that's on that note, we capture the MDR. So when you start performing your day-to-day activities, so we talk about this is the final stage. We talk about the uh, preparing and issuing of final documentation package. That's when you act as a courier man, as in you now start you after the final documentation package, you have to putting all the documents together, and you just have to, either you go by car or you go by whatever means transportation, by air. You just take the documents to to the owner of the project. You print every document that is tied to that subject matter of that project. You print it and send it to the client, and also you send electronically also, you know in either the server, or you put in the flash again. So these are captured in the contract documents that your company will sign, that you also prepare the final documentation package. That means both hard copy and soft copy. So that those are the three phases of document control. If you know these three phases, you're good. You become a very good document controller. Nothing more. There's nothing added again. These are just the three phases, right? So, but every document that you are controlling will be controlled through the EDMS, electronic then document management system procedure. So that's also that. So let's talk about the phase one, creating an effective document control system. Now, uh, phase one has to do creating an effective document control system on the start of any project or kickoff meeting. Kickoff meeting is held between the various discipline, engineering, and whatever, blah blah blah. To the document controller, etc. of the client and also the contractor. Kickoff meetings with the client and contractor. Document controller also meets the document controller of the client. After the kickoff meeting, individual meeting are later held between the duet client and contractor for each discipline, because as the client, sorry, the contractor, you are a problem solver. The client came with a problem that I need I have so problem, solve it for me. The reason why you are documenting all those things, it is because of that project need to be documented so that you have a reference point or reference, to fall back on as regards to whatever product you produce at the end, right? The project is a product you are trying to produce at the end. So you need to have a document, as related to how it has been produced and the process of the production stage. So that is just all about in that document. So having said that, at this point, contractor document controller meets with the client document controller to receive working guidelines. So the contractor meets with the client. So the client will now give you guideline how to be, because everything need to be synchronized. This is how he or she will tell you, this is how I want, this is how our company wants the documents to be managed and controlled. This and this different specification. Like I said, every company has their own format. So that client will tell you, so then that client will tell you, the contractor, this is how I want our document to be managed. So they will give you specifications as related to the contract document, so that you, as a document controller of the contractor, you have to read it and understand what it entails and what they want, what is expected of you, to do at the end of everything. So that is just that on this note. So okay, receive working guidelines, so required to work with during the period, and also projects. Other documents expected from the clients include Other documents expected from the client include PDF native copies of the following templates. So the client will provide templates. Sometimes if the client does not have, maybe you come up with templates. So the client will provide a PDF and native copies, right? Those are documents too, but the deliverables are not in there. So the deliverables are, like I said, are the expected results you are expecting from stakeholders, so which will be captured in the document. So this is just a PDF native file, native copy of the following register. I talk about the register has to be that MDR. If you follow me very very well, that's the MDR register. Then the transmitter sheet. I talk about the transmitter sheet. Transmitter sheet here is just that receipt. Let's say you buy something from a supermarket, they will give you receipt, and that receipt will capture what you've bought. So that's just that what transmitter sheet is. Then technical query. The technical query here has to do with a particular thing questioning a particular questioning the client as regards to the project, what and what should be done, how, just like measurements. What do you want this measurement to be? Should we use this thing? So the client must approve the technical query. you know then you have change of request. Change of request can come from the client that, oh, please change this thing for me, this and that. I want this to be changed. I want this thing to be changed. I don't want roof to be in this particular place. Take the roof. That's the change of, even though after you've done everything in your system, created everything, so there's no in the drawing part. No, take this particular portion, put it in this particular place. That's the client who bring change of request, and then everything will be signed, because these documents that are signed, these are the process in which the project is being monitored from start to finish. Everything is documented for reference purpose. That's the reason why we have that document controlling procedure, for reference purpose. So that is just that. Having said that, so talk about the um phase one of the document controlling. Okay, I'm still in the phase one. Then the above information and materials received from the client DCC. DCC simply document controller by the contractor DCC is now being used to prepare the complete document controlling procedure. So whatever the client sent to you as this native file, right? This native file here, client will send this to the document controller. This native file, you know, everything will be, you now use it, right? You now use it to control, to set a document control procedure in place. right? So that's just that's on that note. So you use that to set a document control procedure in place. That is the, we talk about the three phase. That the first phase now has been done. Any question?
No, no.
I hope it's clear. Is it
Yes,
clear?
I understand.
Okay. Okay. I'm happy you understand. That's good. So having said that, then let me move ahead. Uh, so phase two. Let me just talk about the phase two. So phase two has to be performing day-to-day activities, right? So the day-to-day activities, phase two, performing day-to-day activity. Once document control procedure has been approved and documented, right? Sorry, once document controller and procedure have been approved and document control system created, then the document controller is ready for the various document deliverables being prepared by various disciplines. So the deliverables, like I said, pardon me, the deliverables, like I said, are the expected results, your idea as regards to that project captured in the document from discipline engineers, can be mechanical engineers. So mechanical engineer, they will give you their own deliverables listed. That's these are the title of the documents that they work on as regards to this project. They will give you also the same thing with all disciplines, civil engineers, piping engineers, even projects manager also will tell you, okay, this is I'm going to prepare the program of work, also the project plan. All those are the project plan. That means the plan, how he intend to plan the project, how he intend to manage the project, you know the methodologies and everything. So it's going to be captured in that phase. When they prepare it, you as a document controller, you keep record of each and every document that is coming in from your team. Then the one as it comes in, goes out to the client. You document it, you keep record of it also, right? You keep record of it and you document it you register it in your register. That's how you have your MDR, you register. You now register that document there. You can easily retrieve, because engineering documents are millions of documents. Engineering, they deal with millions of documents. So if you leave EDMS out of it, how will you even manage those documents? It's not possible. So you're going to make a lot of mistakes. So because of this, that's why this procedure is very important. When you put document control procedure in place, you're able to manage this document effectively, irrespective of whatever document it is. You can be able to trace, because every document numbering is unique. So every document numbering is, you will see that all unique to them. So no, you can't be confused. You can't be There's no confusion in that. So having said that, so that's just that. Um, so the various day-to-day routine activities performed by document controller include receiving, like I said, receiving documents from your engineers to your clients. Also, you can receive from the clients to your engineers. If they have, that's just it. You receive from your engineers to the clients. That means you send it. That means this is the finished work of this particular um deliverable as tied to this project. Then if it comes back with comments, the client is going to send it back to you. You will now receive it back again. Take note that as the document keeps flowing out, flowing in, you take record of everything captured in your register, right? It has to do with receiving. When you receive, the next thing is registering, and the next thing is preparing of transmitter sheets to issue documents, and archiving them for sorry archiving the document. So that's just you archive the document, you save it in the file on your EDMS, like I mentioned earlier before. So that's for that. So um issuing of documents by contractors to clients. Once the documents are brought for issue, the following steps are taken issuing. They include receive document from document originators. Document originators there has to do with the the originator of that document, right? If it is piping engineer, like I earlier mentioned, the originator of the document will receive it from originator, e.g., engineers. Can be piping engineer, can be project manager, can be civil engineers, whatever. So that's then go through the documents. After you receive that document as a document controller, you go through the documents to ensure the following are in place. Number one, the corrective revision number and status. You take note of that. You make sure that these are in place. The corrective revision number and status, the complete pages of that document. You take note of that. Make sure that they're in place. Also, correct initials of originator. Initials of originator. Let's say if you now David now, you are the originator of this project. Your initial is D. If David and whatever, David and Bayo, for instance. So your initials is DB, right? David Bayo. That's just for an instance. So initials needs to be there. Also, the presence of signature. Your signature also need to be inclusive in that document. So as a document controller, you will check all these things to make sure they're in place. If the signature is not there, you send it back to the discipline engineer in charge to include these are signatures. That these are signature is not there, right? So that at least it can be aligned um normal procedure as regards document control management system. So after that, talk about the correct document number. Document has number. That like I said, everything like the client will send you the process of which how they want their document to be numbered. You follow the procedure to number it. Every company has their own way they choose and how they want their document to be numbered. So you follow that process and that procedure to number it that way. Maybe we'll see one of it and then we'll proceed. Then also update the outgoing register. So you update the outgoing register with documents to be issued, right? So you update the outgoing register to document to be issued. That is just that. Document phase two. Then you prepare the transmitter sheet. I will show you the transmitter sheet. Maybe I'll give you an assignment. I'll just cut it as a picture and send to you to prepare so that tomorrow I would like to see what you've done so we can continue from there. So you prepare transmitter sheet, include the document titles, revision status, revision number, sign, scan, and attach. So all these things need to be done. That is the day-to-day activity of the document controller. You check all these things if they're in place. The revision number, the status of the document, you just make sure that everything is in place in the transmitter sheet also, so that at least the transmitter sheet, like I said, it's like a receipt. It's a receipt. Let me use that language. It's a receipt that is a document that accompanies all the document that is being sent out. If the client, if the contractor, sorry, if the client send their own document, they will also attach a transmitter sheet. It's an evidence to show that this document has been issued. This is the transmitter number that captures this document. So that is just that. Any question?
No, no, engineer.
Okay. All right. Thanks so much. All right, so that's that. Then also receipt of documents by client from contractor. Receive documents from contractor document controller. That's the receipt. That is the transmitter sheet there. You receive documents, from contractor document controller. That's the receipt. So any documents you are issuing out, even though you are issuing 50 documents out, those 50 documents will have number, and the number will be captured in that transmitter sheet. So that transmitter sheet is what you use as a evidence, as an evidence to show that I have transmitted this number or I have received this document, so document, and that transmitter sheet has a number, right? It has a number, so that captures all the documents, you know, at a go, captures all the documents. So that is just that's on that note. Um, Also, what again? Oh, okay. See, issuing of document by client to contractor. Once the documents are brought for issue, the following steps are taken towards issuing. They include receive document from discipline engineers after review. So that is just that. That's self-explanatory. Go through the documents to ensure the following are in place. I've already explained that. You go through the document to ensure that all these things are in place, the division number, the status, the just to check all those things, the document title, the originator, the signature, just the project name, the project title, you just all those things will be checked, properly as a document controller. So receipt of a document by contractor from client, receive. So you check all these things are still the same, similar things that are captured in that document in your transmitter sheet, similar things. You check all these things if they are in line. So once it's in line, um that means store the documents and in archive, just store it there and then keep it for safety, for easy retrieval should in case it's they need to work on on a particular document. So you just pick it out and send it back to the originator to add anything, or if they need to make anything that's regards to the project. So that is just that. So this now is a workflow chart of a document, document and flow charts, right? So here we have the civil rep. So what this means here, this is a document controller. You can see that everybody is pointing to document controller. Likewise, document controller is also pointing to everybody, pointing to civil rep, pointing to mechanical rep, pointing to electrical rep, pointing to structural rep. You see that, and they are also pointing to document controller. So document controller receive document from them. Now now transmit, look at the client party A, now transmit this document, push it to the document controller, to the contractor. So the document controller contractor now, if it is civil document, the document controller of the contractor will push it to the civil department of the contractor to review, right? To review as regards to the project, if the document is in line with what they are doing, it's what they are doing, you know the same thing that simply also applies to every discipline here. So that's just this flow chart. So that's what this flow chart is all about. So the document controller is pointing to every discipline engineer, and they also point to him. And the document controller is the middleman. Let me put it like is a middleman that is feasible to reach the document controller of the client. So you transmit, all discipline engineer does not have right to send document to client without this document controller. They don't have that permission to send to direct to the don't. They don't. They will send it through their internal document controller, which is their own document controller, right? They will send it through their own document controller. The civil will send to their own document controller. The document controller here of the client will pass it to, and the document controller of the client does not have rights to send to the discipline engineers of the contractor. He or she will send it to document controller of the contractor. Then the document controller of the contractor does the work, send it to the civil rep, or to the mechanical rep, or electrical rep, whatever it is. If it is electrical document, the document controller of the client will send it to electrical rep. If it is civil documents, the same thing happens there. So that's just what this chart is all about. So document flow charts, internal flow, um, DIC and IDC. So that's the same thing we explained. Civil rep, the same thing to document controller to document controller, now to document controller, now move it to civil engineering. So civil rep, that's the internal for the client, right? Civil rep sent to document controller that is done with so document as regards to that project. Document controller will now carry the document and send it to the document controller of the client, of the client. Document controller of the client will now send that document to the discipline involved, right? Civil rep to that civil engineer, to civil engineering department, or to the lead, whatever, of the contractor, sorry, of the client, so that they can review. Then the civil engineer will likely now send it either to, if it is civil, they will send it to civil lead, right? If it is mechanical lead, so that's just how it is. Everything applies to you. Everything applies to just the way I explained this flow. That's how it is here. So that's just that. So having said that, template and tools used in document control. I told you, you have three templates. We have one, document register, which is also known as an MDR, master document register. Ah,
Sorry,
yeah,
sorry, engineer.
yeah. Thank you. Yeah. So also, I talk about the document register. Then I talked about the transmitter sheet. Document register is the document you register all your documents, inflow and outflow, all the accounts of that document, how the document, whatever happens to that document, both going out, coming in, turning back. If there's comment on that document will still come back. It will be captured in this MDR, in this document register. We call it MDR, right? Or DDR, document register. You know, yeah, that's it. So that's that. So we also have the transmitter sheet. Like I said, transmitter sheet has to do with the receipt. That accompanies the documents. Is like a receipt, an evidence to show that this document has been sent, this document has been received. So you will see all the documents sent inside this transmitter sheet. And this transmitter sheet, that transmitter sheet has its own number. So if you want to look for any document, you just go and look for the transmitter sheet number to look if so document is captured in this transmitter sheet. You will see it there. So distribution matrix, like I said, is internally. So the distribution matrix is majorly to monitor and track documents internally to know if a particular discipline. But some companies does not use this, but it is good for you to put it in place. It makes your work more standard. So to control internal documents, if civil engineer said he has sent also document, I said no, he hasn't sent it. You check your distribution matrix to see if indeed, right? To see if indeed that document has come to you. Ehen. If not, you tell him, so no, this document has not come. And these documents here, there are metrics you look out for. Like I mentioned, dates, the originator, the status of revision status, the title, everything there will be captured. So those are the ten, those are your tools, those are your key tools you use to control to do your job, execute your job every day, every day till you resign. These are the three tools. And like I said, three phase. So we are still in the second phase. Second phase is day-to-day activity. The first stage has to do with, like I talked about it, I said it has to do with the procedure. You set the procedure in place. Then the second stage is day-to-day activity. So now in your document register, these are what you see. These are what you see in your document register. These are what you see. So document register, this is used to enter all information into the log sheet for proper documentation, easy tracking, and for traceability of documents. Right? Also used to register in and outgoing documents from start of the project to close out. Example, master deliverable register. I talked about, I said master either is deliverable or master document register. But I prefer calling it deliverable because, like I said, deliverable end results. Deliverable are those things that are captured in the document. Deliverable are your ideas that are captured in that document. And that document could be drawing, could be um, specific yeah, drawing, could be data sheets, whatever it is. So that's just that. Okay, it contains. Look at what the MDR contains: document number, document title, revision number. I will explain this very soon. So when we start the practical revision 10. Now let me just quickly explain it. When you send a document out under revision 100, if it comes back again with comment, it will go under revision 101. If it comes back again with comment, that's how it will be. That's how it will be. Except if it has passed this revision 100, right? Revision 100, maybe um um IFR. If it passed those stage, if the document go once without entering 1.1, that means inside after that IFR, you now go to IFA. So everything is stated here. So this is the revision number, the current status. That's issue for construction. This is it. The issue for approval. This is it. IFA. Then approved for construction. AFC. Issue for testing. IFT. Right. etc. So that's just that status date. You put the status date. You check out all these things to see if these things are captured in that document register. So you check those. all these metrics to see if they are captured in those document register. Then you check out for the status date. They check out for the discipline. The discipline, the originator of that document, if the person is a civil engineer or piping engineer or mechanical, you check it out. The discipline the person belongs, so you check that out. They check the type of document, right? If is it drawing, is it um, data sheets, whatever it is, you check the type of document, right? So also responsible or originators initials, like I earlier mentioned. So these things are going to be checked. You check it out and make sure is is in your is MDR. So that's just that. So return code, you have a return code. You check your return code. So now this is what MDR looks like. You see now, this is what MDR looks like. So MDR look like. Um, this is what MDR looks like. So let me bring the class to a close here. I'll give you an assignment to create this thing. To create this thing. When we come tomorrow, we were supposed to do this class 2 days, but I told Engineer Christian that no, I needed to do three. I needed the class to be 3 days because I need to explain in detail, not just teaching them practical. Because they need to know theory as well. So that's why I had to put it 3 days, mainly for document control. So, do you have any question before I give you this to as an assignment to produce for me?
Okay. I did not get the return code. Then, um, the variables in this document register under the architecture, the electrical, and all that. It, okay, the first one was return code. I didn't get what return code is.
Okay.
I, that was the only one I didn't get under the document register. Then the please go to the next page. The document register template.
Okay,
No,
the
the
template.
next page.
This one.
No, yes, the template. Yes.
This one.
Um, I on I'm on. Yes, I'm understanding the theory so far,
Okay.
but yes, the template you want me to create, will I simple to see what you want, or I should just take a screenshot of this and check it out, or
Yeah. What you do?
because I've never created one.
Take a screenshot of this and create it. Take a screenshot of this and create it. That's the assignment. Once you're done with it, you send it to me. I will review.
Okay.
You send it to me. So that's
Okay.
that's the practical aspect. But then later I'll now bring a particular one I did. That will be the final class. So after my but this theoretical class now, you also be doing practical, but that will be your assignment. The final class is when I'll now show you most of all those things. Maybe I'll just show you and
Okay.
so you create so the return code have to do it. It can be two, can be 003. 00, it's just a number.
Okay.
You just fabricate numbers as tied to the project, specify as captured in the specification of that project. You can use 1000 as your first number. Second number is 1000 and 1001. Third number is 1002. Just like that. Just like that. Hmm? Those are just what the return code is all about.
Okay.
That's just what the return code is all about. So let me try and see if I can zoom. So if you zoom it very well, you see, you see, this discipline
It's not clear.
is not clear.
Yes. I do. Can you use? Sorry. Can you use your snip tool to
Okay,
help us? Now,
okay. Me, I'll do that. I'll do that.
maybe.
I'll do that. I'll do that.
Thank
I'll,
you.
I'll do that. No problem. You're welcome. So you look at it very well. You look at document control number. You look at what it is. These are the number, and the numbers are very, very unique. Like I said, this every company has their own way of numbering their documents, right? Depend on what the client give you to, give you guys to do. That's what you follow. You know, that's just that. All these abbreviations have meaning. This is NG Nigeria. This USN could be the name of the project. This TO could be something, as tied to the project. Then this 936 could be the return code or whatever it is. of that title, that project. And if you look at this very well, you discover that they are all unique. They are all unique. So yeah, that they are all unique. This is, you have 111 here. All this might be the same architecture. All this might be the same, but if you come to this extreme end here, 111, 112, 113. That's why it's very unique, right? So these are how you know the doc. So, but I'll just, you do this as an assignment. Later on, I'll bring other documents register again, other MDR to show you clearly. That's the particular one I have worked on. My particular project I worked on in the past. How I prepare that document, I'll show you. I'll explain. Use that one to explain very very well. But that's just that. So by tomorrow we'll talk about transmitter sheets and other things that we need to talk about. So for now, I will stop here. So you prepare this document.
Okay.
You prepare the document. Okay, prepare it exactly like this. If not exactly like this, but at least give me something related. This. Let me copy it. So that is just that. Any question? Any more question? Any leave?
I'm here. I'm here.
Any more question? Okay. If no question,
Exit to,
he said.
because if I'm just going to repeat this, I can see that there are drop down thing under the document number,
Mm,
document name. I can, so I know that there is more than just repeating this document register. So I want to have a practical with us, because I'm sure that each of these cell will be connected to something, and it will have its description, so that um for instance, now if you send this to me, if I click on ng in this cell, it will send me to somewhere on Excel that, okay, this is name of maybe originating country, Nigeria. So if I want to know that this is US and without you being there, so that's why I'm not asking any question. So I'm going to repeat, but when it's time to create from scratch, then I'm going to see how you do yours.
no
Yeah.
problem. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. That's not a problem. So that is just that. No problem. Uh, everything already will be solved. So any other question again? Okay. If no question, let me call it a day. Thank you so much for being part of this class. So we'll meet again tomorrow. All right.